Hello everybody, I hope that you are well. My name is Christianne and welcome to my channel Backpacking Bananas. Today, as in right now, I am about to apply for my Australia working holiday visa for the second time. So let me give you some context for this whole situation. It's 2025 and I'm 31 years old. Back in 2015, when I was 21 years old, I did my first year working holiday visa in Australia. Now, at the time, if you wanted to be granted a second year working holiday visa as a British citizen, you needed to complete 88 days regional work, farm work a lot of people called it, and that had to be signed off by an official establishment, and once you completed those 88 days you were then able to apply for your second year. Now, back in 2015 I worked a few months in Perth. I actually left the country to travel Central America for a couple of months, and that was arranged prior to the whole working holiday visa. And then later on in the year I returned with the intention of doing my regional work, and I started doing some volunteering in the Atherton Tablelands, and I did this for about 6 weeks before Australia Immigration decided to change their rules, saying that volunteering no longer counted towards your 88 days. And so at the time I literally walked into the immigration office and said, what can I do? Because I now don't have enough time left on my visa to complete those 88 days because I've just wasted 6 weeks. Is there anything that you can do for me? And they were so mean. They were like,
nope, there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Even though nothing about that rule change wasn't my fault, but they were basically like,
you can never get a working holiday visa in Australia again.
And I was very sad at the time, and that was the end of that. Every time I've gone back to Australia since then, it's always been on a tourist visa. Now, you may or may not know, as of 2024, and actually what I believe is to be as a result of Brexit as well, there has been a new agreement between the UK and Australia whereby you don't need to do that regional work anymore in order to get your second and even a third year. Not only that, but they have extended the age from what I believe used to be 30 or 31 to 35. And what I believe that means for me is that I can now actually go back and do my second year and a third year. A few years ago, I was obviously not thinking about this in the slightest, but now I feel like there's this opportunity which has been handed to me and is never going to come back around again. And so I've decided that I want to move back to Australia on a working holiday visa. And in future videos, I will talk more about what my plans are for that working holiday visa. However, in today's video, we just need to apply for it. It is about 2.5 months before I intend on arriving in Australia on this working holiday. So I'm really hoping that that will be enough time for it to be approved. But in this video, I'm just going to take you through my application process. So let's go on the laptop and let's get started. Okay, I am sharing my screen so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to type in Australia working holiday visa application. See, now that's saying first working holiday visa. Maybe if I go second working holiday visa, right? You want to make sure that you're on the actual Australian immigration website, like .gov.au, imi.homeaffairs.gov.au. Second working holiday visa, subclass 417. This visa lets people 18 to 30 or 35 years old for some countries who currently hold or who have held a working holiday visa have second working holiday in Australia. Stay for 12 months. The cost is 650 Australian dollars. That's about £320, I believe. With this visa, you can do short-term work in Australia to help pay for your holiday, study for up to 4 months, travel to and from Australia as many times as you want. You must have previously entered Australia on a subclass 417 visa. I did that many years ago. Okay, apply. Oh God, it wants me to do my IMI account. Oh, login successful. I actually don't even know my password, but I love it when the computer knows my password better than I do. I can see all the things that I've applied for in the past. It's basically just been my visitor visas over the years. And so now we're going to do a new application. Working holiday visa 417. Current location. United Kingdom, legal status, citizen. I will not be accompanied by children. Select the type of working holiday visa the applicant is applying for. Second working holiday visa. Has the applicant been granted and entered? Yes. The applicant is a UK citizen applying for a second or third working, using the, yes. God, you really have to read this all really carefully. Give details of the applicant's previous application. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I have that from 2015. Hang on, let me do some digging. I actually think this might have been applied for from a really old email address, which I don't use anymore because I've gone back on my email, which I currently use and have been using for almost 10 years, I think 8 years, and I cannot see anything. I think it's a Hotmail. Hotmail doesn't even exist anymore. I'm trying to get into this old email and it wants to send me like a verification code because I don't remember my password, or it says you've done too many encrypt passwords, but it's like an old phone number which I don't even use anymore. If none of this works, I think I'll just have to contact immigration to explain all of this. I just received an email saying the information I've provided was not sufficient enough for them to validate my account ownership. Not only that, but they've also now blocked the account. This is the old email address. Use your occupation of the applicant. I'm going to write content creator. This is what I've been doing for the last 10 years, but do I intend to work during my time in Australia? Yes, I do. I will be working as a content creator in the background, but I want to get an actual proper job and employment. So select the industry, the applicant. See, I want to get a FIFO job, but it would be an admin role, so maybe just administrative and support services. They're mining. Select the applicant's highest qualification. Oh, goodness, not very high. I did not go to university, and I am so glad that I did not, because all my friends who have this student debt, that just sounds like the worst thing in the world, especially if they're not even using the degree. I'm so sorry if you're in that position. Senior secondary school certificate? Is that what it'd be? I did my A-levels. Health declarations. In the last 5 years, has any applicant lived outside the country? Yes. In the last 5 years. I lived in Mexico for a long time. This is hard, man. Okay, I've just done like the health declaration. Now we're on character declaration. Has the applicant been charged with any offence that's currently waiting legal action? No. Thankfully not. No. Jesus Christ. No. Ever been charged with? Jesus, no. I know I've not ever done anything, but the reason I am reading each thing individually is because sometimes they word it in a way where you might need to say yes, and so I'm like making sure that I've fully understood the question. Has any applicant ever undergone any military training? No. Has any applicant ever been involved in people smuggling? No. No. Have I? I don't think so. Has any applicant ever had any outstanding debts? I don't believe so. The applicant declares that they understand that they must abide by the conditions. Visa. Yes. See, now we start doing yes. Do you see what I mean? Understand that the visa they are applying for does not permit them to be employed in Australia with one employer for more than 6 months without prior permission. Yes. Have sufficient funds for the initial period of their stay in Australia and for the fare to their intended overseas destination on leaving Australia. Yes. Incidental to their holiday in Australia, and the purpose of working is to supplement their holiday funds. Yes, sure. Who's to say I can't save for a car though? But that can help me holiday around Australia. The applicants declare that they have read and understood the information. Yes. Okay, yeah, sure. Yes. Okay, so I'm now reviewing everything, and I'm confident on everything just apart from being able to give the details of my previous application number. I'm going to save the application for now, return to it after I've made this phone call. I'm just on hold to Australian immigration, hoping they pick up soon. And it's really strange because on the website it does say you can contact our Global Service Centre Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m, your local time, as in my local time in England. But I'm calling an Australian number, and so I feel like that doesn't make sense, but obviously I'm following their instructions.
Hello, my name is Ronald. How can I help you today?
Hi there, I am applying for my second year working holiday visa. However, I did my first year working holiday visa over 10 years ago, and I no longer have access to my visa grant number that I would have had in 2015. So I was wondering if you were able to source that information for me.
For the first working holiday holiday visa, you do not have any of the emails or messages that were sent?
No, unfortunately not. I used a completely different email address back then.
Okay, so in order to take a look into this, I will need to ask a few questions to confirm your identity.
Yeah.
And for your privacy, you need to make sure that I am not on speaker.
Okay, you are no longer on speaker. It's Christianne Risman. Christiaanne. Okay, he's confirmed my identity. Now he said he's putting me on hold again, but he can go through with assisting me.
I was able to find your visa grant number,
Yay!
as well as a reference number for the application.
Uh-huh.
Are you able to write these down?
Yeah, I am able to write these down. Yeah, that's really good. Thank you so much. I think I'll be able to complete my application now for my second working holiday. Yay! Oh, I'm so pleased. Okay, so that was my visa grant number. Oh, okay, I'm going to read through all the information that I've put on this visa and I'll check that everything's correct. And then I will be making my payment. Okay, so it's now asking for some documents. So my travel document is my passport, evidence of funds for stay in Australia. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to need a bank statement. Okay, application's now ready to submit. Submit now. I guess this is when it's going to ask me for a payment. Haha, yes, payment. And the grand total is 670 Australian dollars. That's gone up in price. I feel like when I did my first one 10 years ago, it was like maybe 400 Aussie dollars. I can pay with my Amex. Happy days. You can also pay with PayPal, Union Pay, or BPay, which is just for Australian bank accounts only. And because I'm paying with my Amex, there is also a credit card surcharge of $9.38. The grand total is $679.38. Submit. Submit again. Ooh, my payment has been completed. Application status submitted, baby. How long will processing time take? It says it depends. Global processing times, 417. So 50% of the applications are processed in less than a day.
A few moments later.
Guys, I've been granted! Literally the same minute that I applied. Application received at 11:05 a.m. and then the grant notification at 11:05 a.m. Granted. So it must just be an automatic system with it. Obviously, if you've ticked all the right boxes, you've put in all the correct information, it just sends you through automatically, and I am so happy. Yeah! Now I need to start thinking about jobs. I've already been thinking about this, but this is my spare room, which I need to sort out pronto because I have the professional photographers coming tomorrow from my new management company because I'm going to be renting this place out. I've got a lot to do and I've got a lot to think about. I'm so happy. I can't believe it, actually. My second working holiday visa has been granted. I'm on my way to Australia. That is just the best news ever. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video or have found it helpful at all. If you're applying for your working holiday visa to Australia, good luck to all of you that are doing that. I'm going to make a lot more video just documenting this whole process, finding a job when I get to Australia, settling in, finding somewhere to live. It's all going to be documented. You're coming along for the ride with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.